1 and 3, in that you don't start in a hub world, you start in a level. So we're gonna start in Glimmer. So, they're saying they can't hear. Am I giving audio off?
I had to hit myself in the face. Everything should be fine now.
Okay.
Constant mixer issues. You're good to go.
Alright, so here, there's this torch we're gonna land on to skip paying money bags 100 gems for that bridge, because we're doing any percent, so we want to collect as little gems as possible. So also the end of these levels, for the first 2 homeworlds, give us talismans. So we have to collect 6 to open up Crush, and we have to collect 14 to open up Gulp's portal, which are 2 of the 3 bosses. So we're basically just going to be running and trying to get talismans as quick as possible. That's our goal. The other main collectible in this game is called orbs. We could have skipped her there, but I missed. The other main collectible is orbs, and there's 64 of them. Normally you need, a certain amount to open certain levels, and you need 40 to open Riptos door. We're going to be collecting 0 of those 64 and of the needed 40. So in Idle Springs, we're going to be collecting gems, because basically what you do is you get those idols, and then they open the doors. And we're going to be collecting some fodder for kind of a later... kind of skip or the ability to damage boost a bunch of the bosses. So this level starts off and it's just boring. You just kind of kill fodder, because every 10 fodder you release, you get a blue butterfly, and that's what we want. Legit. We're just trying to kill them, get gems, and make like cycles, so we're not like having the door open for a long time. Here we can skip this Zoe's talk box by just gliding over it. There's a pretty major glitch that comes up right at the end of the run, which allows us to skip the 40 orbs, and I can explain that a bit later. But basically, we're gonna be flying and storing some flight levels. Is it choppy at all? I feel like it's choppy. I don't know. I can maybe... Oh, wait, you know what I need to do? I'm sorry. I need to change the quality of my stream, because it's on 60. It should be on 30, because I'm playing the game at 30. Hopefully that's better. That was probably why it was looking really choppy, just so people know. Because we run this game on 30. I guess I can talk about that. That's something I didn't mention, because that's something that I just don't think about anymore. But FPS is tied to jump height. So, the lower your FPS, the higher you jump. So we have to have it at some point, at some like number between 30 and 60. That's what we have decided. And some runs for like Spyro 1 will play on 50, but Spyro 2, there's a lot of jumps, a lot of tough jumps, so we want to be able to jump as high as possible. Wall glides are easier on higher FPS, but any of the wall glides we do are fine. So this level, we're going to jump on this Colossus head. We're going to fall off because we're an insane gamer. We're going to jump up here. We're going to do a little wall glide, jump up to this area, collect some gems, kill this bull because it'll hit us, jump up to this area, and jump up to here. And basically that skipped having to kill 11 enemies to open up a power-up gate, and we can just get to the talisman. We have to fight this Yeti. And we get the talisman. So here kind of comes a big... we're gonna...
My dad won a costume contest, and now I wanted to win, so I wanted to be the president with him.
He won first place. That's the time he won. And he was...
That's my bad. We're back.
Okay, so we're gonna guide back to Summer Forest, and this might take a couple attempts because it's a one-frame pause. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to pause on the first frame of entering the Glimmer portal, so then we'll be in Glimmer, but we'll also be in the homeworld. And if we get it, the pause screen will look really weird because we're going to exit level, and then we're going to exit level and hopefully get warped across the entirety of the hub world and skip having to buy swim. So hopefully I can get it next attempt. Like I said, it's 1 frame pause, so it's a little tough. There is a wall glide backup, but I haven't done that wall glide in a couple months. So. And there, we got the pause. So we exit level, so now the screen's gonna look really weird, and hopefully it'll just put us out in front of Ocean Speedway, skipping buying swim, which is important because swim is like, it's like 400 or 500 gems. It's a lot, so we don't want to get it. There are some swimming levels coming up, which are going to be fun to kind of break because we don't have swim power up. So hopefully, okay, good. We got put out in front of Ocean Speedway. So that's how you skip buying swim. So we're gonna enter Hurricos. Like I said, a lot of these levels, they're quick. We collect very little gems because we want to collect the least amount of gems we need, which is we collect 1,700 gems out of the 10,000. That's all you need to beat this game. So we're gonna do some hovers here, collect these gems because they're important. We're gonna wait for this next cycle though. Okay, we jump onto that windmill, then we're gonna come up here, go to bounds, and just go to the talisman room. Because certain things aren't solid, so we'll just get right through them. So we get the Hurricos talisman and we're gone. So that is our 4th talisman so far. Now we're going to Sunny Beach. This is the first of like the mandatory swimming levels. So normally, you know, you're supposed to like move some turtles onto some things and kind of like open gates and whatnot. But we don't have swim, so I can't actually swim in the water. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just go to bounds quickly, because you know, walls sometimes are optional. So we're gonna get onto this turtle, jump up over here instead of opening that gate. We're gonna come down to this turtle, and we're gonna flame him. And the way the turtles work is that when you flame them, they move. And then they'll return to their home position. So we're going to make him so he pushes us in between the wall. And then we're going to just, you know, get up to this area, which is the final area. So we just get pushed through the wall. And the wall is like, hey, you aren't supposed to be here, so let's just push you through. Oh, and we got a fast turnaround. Sometimes he'll turn around without having to flame him, and it saves time. So that's the first of our swimming levels done. Just, you know, quick little out of bounds, not too bad. Our second swimming level coming up is called Aquaria Towers. So normally you're supposed to have, you know, swim, and you're supposed to swim throughout it and fill like their area up with water. That's the kind of like goal. But what we can do is break that a little bit, because obviously we don't have swim, so we can't really go through the thing. Also, when you are underwater and have swim, or don't have swim rather, the game will still like let you doggy paddle kind of around. So we're going to use that because we're going to fill this area up with water first and then do a skip. So we're coming over here. Avoid that guy's dialogue because we don't want to talk to anyone. We know what's going on. We're under the water, but we can swim up. We're going to go over to this little area. We're going to aim ourselves right here. And we're going to jump up onto an invisible platform and just jump up to the end of the level. So normally you're supposed to fill up the entire thing. There's a unskippable 100 gem requirement for it, but we're just finished it because, you know, we can hop on invisible platforms, and Ripto didn't expect that. So now that we have our 6 talismans, we're going to go fight Crush. And the reason why I was picking up fodder earlier, like I said, is so that I've picked up enough fodder that I'm going to get a blue butterfly in this fight, so I can just tank all of his hits. So instead of me dodging them and him like shooting them, I'm just going to tank his hits, because that's faster. There is a way, so I've picked up 7 because you always get at least 3. You can get more, and I'll try to get it, There's a spot where you can stand, and sometimes you can get more. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, so I only got 3. This is fine though, because we just tank all of his hits. And I guess for people that don't know, people that don't really know Spyro or haven't played it, those are fodder, and they give you butterflies, which is what Sparks, the dragonfly, eats, which is your health. So you have yellow is the highest, then blue, then green, and then no sparks. So if I get hit right now, I'm dead. But I have these 3 fodder, and I'm gonna get them, 1, 1, 1, because the third one is gonna give me a full heal, and I don't want to waste hits. So I got 3 hits left, and I have kind of like 4 health. So I'm gonna leave here with 1 health, which is good because it allows us for a little skip in the next level. So yeah, there's our full heal. We have 3 hits, and he only has two deaths. This is there's coming up at the end of this boss fight is one of my favorite parts of this game. We're gonna look at Crush's fat dumper, because the final, we can just stand under him, and the final rocks don't hurt us, so we can just look at this fat dumper of Crush's. Oh, and that was actually I have my splits open. That was a gold Crush too, by 0.2. If I gold everything currently, I can PB. Or 2, which is Autumn Plains. And we're just quickly turning. We're going to Crystal Glacier. So in this area, there's like a couple things we have to buy. There's 3 levels and a power up. We have to buy the ability to climb. You actually don't need to buy the ability to climb, but it's a really hard skip. So this level has a very, very interesting trick in that we're gonna duplicate souls, because that's, instead of enemies giving you gems like they do in Spyro 1 and 3, they give you souls in this one to activate power-up gates. So we're gonna skip 200 gems and bypass a bridge, because we're gonna duplicate souls. So we're gonna kill these 4 guys. And we're also going to take damage and get these 2 10s. We're gonna do another torch jump similar to the one that we did in Glimmer at the start. Oh. Get up here. And we're gonna stand in this spot here. Kill those guys, and then go get a save from Zoe before their bodies despawn. So it counts us as having the souls, but their bodies aren't despawned. So what it hopefully will be, it'll say 6 at the top, and they'll both still be there. Yeah, so then we duplicated their souls, so we got 2 souls early, which means we can fly and do another trick called a height cap break, which basically, we're going to make the game think that we're flying downwards, because if it thinks we're flying downwards, the game won't put a height cap, because every level has a certain distance you can fly upwards. So we just bypass it because it's kind of slow. Then we have to kill these guys and release them. If you take damage, if you break that bottle during a cutscene or like a teleport, you won't take damage from it. So that's why we got that 10 for free without taking a damage. So that's Crystal Glacier. That's Soul Dupe. That's height cap. Basically, you hold up the slightest up input on the left stick, and then you press down on the D-pad, and the game will believe that you're flying downwards. So it says, "Oh, the height cap doesn't exist because you're flying down," but we're actually flying up. But we're just holding that up input to make it think that we're flying down. So now we're going to go to one of the most hated things in Spyro games from people that play this game casually, and this is speedways. We're doing 1 speedway in the entirety of this run. It's called Metro Speedway. It's a really, really, really cool speedway. All the speedways in Spyro 2 are very, very cool. They're much different than Spyro 1 and 3. Spyro 1 and 3s are more linear. So this one's just kind of got some movement that hopefully I can get and just get it done in about 50 seconds. Very good. First 3 walruses there. Sometimes you can bonk on these walruses and it kind of sucks. That's a pretty good speedway. Very, very good. Sorry. We haven't yet found a way to route in to skip that thing. Oh, 49. That's actually really, really good. Sub 50. The IL for that is like a 42, which is nuts. My best time is a 48. So 49 is really good. You want like 51 is kind of the slowest you want to do it. So also we need to finish that speedway for level storage, which I can explain later. Because that's the speedway that we're gonna store to have fly, which will let us skip into Ripto. So now heading into Skelos. Quickest level of this run. It's insane how quick this level is. Basically, instead of running to the end, the normal way, like kind of like the casual way of playing, we're just gonna do this wall glide, gain some height, and just jump to the talisman. A real quick level. Talk to Glug. Sometimes that cat can kind of mess things up a little bit. He'll sometimes shoot you and you won't get up, but I've done that wall glide a couple times, so I know where to aim. Let's see. Where are we going now? Breeze Harbor. Breeze Harbor. This is a tough level. This is a level that you can lose lots of time here by kind of getting screwed. It's basically what we did in Aquaria with that like lingering hitbox of the crest of the door to like stand on an invisible platform. We're gonna do that with a window. So we're gonna come over here, kill this guy, start this fire to get this whirlwind, collect some gems, race the other bucket that's putting out that whirlwind. But we get there, as we fast. Let's collect some gems. So we're gonna come here, stand on that window, and then jump to the trolley track. And from the trolley track, instead of going all the way around and like shooting off pretty much like catapults, we're going to go. Okay, I got hit, but sometimes if you get hit, you'll fall off. So that was a little bit of a scary moment. So we have to light these fires. I thought I was gonna fall there. My controller stopped working. You have to light those and then kill the bucket. You can make that in one cycle. If I didn't almost fall off, I would have made it, but I almost fell off. So that's Breeze Harbor. Now we have how many is that? 9 over 14 talismans. So now we're gonna come up to the only power up. So in this game, there's the swim power up, climbing, and head bash, and we're only buying climb. We're not gonna buy swim. We don't need it anymore. We're not gonna buy head bash. We don't need it. It's way too many gems. So just gonna collect some gems. No, missed a 5. That's fine. Talk to Moneybags. You can do like some fast climbing where you like fall backwards and then push forward, just to make it a bit faster going up these things. Because normally, otherwise, you do what I just do here, and there's like a cooldown of how long you can jump after. So going into Scorch. Scorch is a very quick level. It's not as quick as Skelos, but it's a pretty quick level. It has a lot of beefy gems too. Lots of 5s, lots of 10s. So we're coming up here. We're gonna get these gems because this is whole baby for 1,700. Only needing 1,700 gems. This is a very, very good source. Yeah, green sparks probably isn't great. We're gonna kill that guy. Come over to here. Do a little wall glide up. Press that button, which is the last button. Normally there's 3, and this is how you progress, and they open doors. That's just last button. We don't want to press the other 2. It's too long. Too many cutscenes. And a jump to avoid that guy's shot. Then we talk to Greta. We have 467 gems. Should be fine on gems. Next up is everybody's favorite level, Fracture Hills. Going to Scotland. We get to hear bagpipes. We get to have 6 cutscenes. That's also the thing. There's so many cutscenes in this game compared to the others. The others have like Spyro 1 has like 3 cutscenes or 2 cutscenes. Spyro 1 has like 2 or 3 cutscenes. Spyro 3 has like maybe like 8. This game has 2 cutscenes for every level plus other cutscenes like in the levels. So basically here The talisman is trapped in a mountain, so these satyrs, their music will break the mountain. That's kind of our goal. So we're just going to be breaking these guys open and collecting a good amount of gems on the way through. Not too much. This one's you play this level pretty much like as you would like somewhat casually, in that we're just breaking all these. We're not killing enemies though, because we don't need to. Hopefully I need that fodder though. I need to be at least on blue spark for the next level. I can get that 10. Kill this guy because he'll eat us. Miss that 5 because I turned too early. That's fine. We're all good on gems. We're gonna be slightly over, which is nice. So yeah, now that we have all 6 open, we can just go talk to Sheila, the fawn. Not the kangaroo. That's Spyro 3. Oh. Please. I always get... My movement on this this part sometimes gets a little messy. So now, the next little tiny trick is that there's a door here that you're supposed to have, I think it's 8 or 10 orbs maybe to open it up. And obviously we have 0 orbs because orbs are slow and orbs are stupid. So, we're just going to jump around the outside of the castle because we can't get through a door. And then we don't need that door open. So next we go into Magmacone. Magmacone, we're going to do a little trick here called Climeless. So we're going to try to skip the first doing Climeless, or needing Climb for the first little area. So we're going to jump over here. Oh, we need to kill that. I'm going to grab this fodder as well. Aim a bit. Oh, okay. I'm going to give that another attempt. I got it first try both times in my practice today, so of course I will not get it in the run. Fuck. One more attempt and then we'll go. This basically skips... You can do this level fully climeless and the game fully climeless, but it's quite difficult. Okay, there we go. Third time. Not too bad. Now we're going to fly over here. We're going to try to land on this little area to kind of... There's 2 ways to get to the end here, and this is faster. By landing on that little section. Now we're going to climb up this thing and close the mountain. Or close the volcano, rather. Alright, 603 gems. We need to be at 598 leaving because there's 2 levels we have to buy now. So we had to buy there's all that we buy in this run is we buy Aquaria for 400 gems. We buy Climb for 500. We buy there's another thing we have to buy, I think. Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. And so we buy Aquaria for 400. Then we buy why am I blanking on this level? Shady Oasis, the level I'm currently going to, for 400, sorry. And then we buy Zephyr for 400. So you need at least 221 gems when entering, because that's how many gems there are on this path here. Like, thered be 179, I guess, in this level that we get, or could get. I'm gonna skip a couple that I don't like getting, but because I'm up. But yeah, we're on the second last talisman here. This is one of the most stressful levels towards the end of the run. It's a 2-minute, essentially, auto-scroller, where Shorty doesn't always move. Like, you have to be close to Shorty. So, we kind of want Shorty to just run, so we kind of have to hit her checkpoints for her to go, so we can go do shit. Because otherwise she's just going to stand there. So I'm going to go away from her in some spots where I know she'll run, and then be close to her in other spots. Sometimes that tree will bug out and not actually give you... You'll hit the tree and it won't give you a cherry. Because that's what they... Or they're not cherries, they're... magic berries that make Shorty big. We're also gonna try to kill these enemies, because if you don't, Shorty will get caught on them a lot of times. And you can't, like I said, you can't rush too far ahead of Shorty, because she'll just say, no, I'm not walking if you're not by me. I'll pick up this rock. Get Shorty running. Oh. Okay, still got the tree, that's fine. I normally kill that enemy, but she just didn't want to die. Alright, whatever. We're a couple gems over. 3 gems over. So we only need 400 to buy our last level Zephyr. So we're gonna warp, guidebook warp to Metro. That speedway we did earlier because it's close to Zephyr, the last level we need to go to. Basically just use those fast travel instead of being in Shady and then running all the way back or whatnot. So Zephyr is a tough level. Zephyr is a bit of a run killer. You got some tough jumps, some enemies that can hit you and cost you some time. Yeah, so after this point, we have this level, Gulp, and then Ripto. We're immediately going to go to Ripto after the second boss. So here, first off, we're going to do a little wall glide here. Oh, I messed it up. Okay, I'll line this back up a little bit. Do this wall glide here to get on top of here. Jump out of bounds, because being in bounds is lame. Just come up here. None of these gems matter. We don't need any more gems. We're going to jump around this door, because you don't actually need to break it. We're going to jump here. Hopefully this bird gets killed. And kill that bird, so the birds won't mess up. Oh. Do a wall glide here. Oops. Oh, hover, please. Oh. This is what I mean. When, like, that stuff happens, you're up. And then the game is like, yeah, no, bud. So we're going to come up here. You think that we normally have to break this. And you do in, I believe, OG. But here, we can get up onto this TNT and go see Corporal Glug inside a TNT box, because he's there. He can give us the talisman. Alright, so the level storage. Let me explain it real quick. We're going to do what we did with Glimmer, of pause on the first frame of entering Gulp. And then we're going to exit level, and that's going to put us out in front of one of 2 speedways. Hopefully Metro, because there's 2 speedways in Autumn Plains. And then we're going to do blind movement to move back into it. And then we're going to have to pause, quit, retry really fast. And then take an intentional death. And then we can fly everywhere. Hopefully. So I got the pause. Let's see. We might get Icy Speedway. Oh, we got Metro. Perfect. I don't have to reset the game. So the purple screen meant Metro. So I'm going to do some blind movement by listening for some audio cues. So I just moved back into the Metro portal. And now I'm going to pause, spam X, quit retry, and then skip the cutscene really fast. And then hopefully, if I did everything right, which I normally do, I shouldn't have a timer in the top right. I should just be normal. And I gotta take this intentional death. So take 3 damage. We let Gulp kill us, because for some reason, if you let Gulp kill you, he doesn't attack, he doesn't move. So now we have Supercharge and Flight. So we can just, if you thought Gulp was hard and reignited, he's not. So there's Gulp. Gulp done. And now, because we have Supercharge and Fly, we can just fly into Ripto. This is why we don't need 40 orbs, because we just fly in. So what I'm going to do is what I did in Crystal Glacier, which was that height cap. So there's a height cap here. It's because they didn't want us getting in, but, you know, like I said, when we trick the game into thinking we're flying down like this, like, we're past it. The height cap is immediately below us, pretty much. So we're just gonna, you know, then we're gonna charge into Ripto's hallway, and yeah, we're in the final boss now. So we just defeated the second last boss, second boss, and now we're in the final boss. This is Ripto. So for the first phase, We still have supercharge. So we're gonna be able to supercharge him. He's not gonna run away. And the way this fight works is Hunter drops orbs, and we have to pick them up and do like damage to him. That kind of sucks. Drop another orb. We want to pick up 2, because then it means we only have to pick up 1 for the second phase. And hopefully it's the blue orb that he throws. If we get a blue orb, we can potentially one-cycle him, do all 8 hits of his damage. So we shall see. Hopefully he drops a blue orb close to him. Or he's not dropping any orbs, because Hunter sucks. He hasn't dropped an orb! Drop an orb, please! Oh, he dropped a blue. Maybe is Ripto gonna chase after this? I can possibly get the 1 cycle here. It's doubtful. So you can double hit him. Fuck, that was so close. If the blue orb was slightly closer, I would have gotten it. But that's basically how you do it. So you get double hits in that you hit him, but he doesn't go into his like hit animation. Oh, I'm on green sparks. That's fine. So that's phase 2. And now we're coming to phase 3, and almost time. Phase 3, you have fly and fireball. So we're just gonna try to. He has a predictable pattern if we get it, and then get the first 6 hits, and then those last 2 he flies around the ring. So hopefully we can have a good phase. So we're gonna aim in some certain spots where we know he's gonna go here. Get here. We bonk on him to quickly turn around. Oh, he iframed that. Unlucky. I was slightly too close. Okay, so that's. Now he's gonna fly around. Let's see if we can get. Oh, we got an early hit. Oh, don't fly around the castle, you bitch. Is that gonna hit? No. That should hit, though. One of those should hit. Oh, come on. And that's time. And that's Spyro 2 Reignited Trilogy. Any percent. But just for memes, because I always do this whenever I finish Spyro 2 and we get into Dragon Shores, because that's like the bonus of this area. We're gonna fly up, go into it, because we actually can't get into it, we don't have enough stuff. We're gonna go to the Tunnel of Love. Just take a little ride. So we're gonna come out with someone random. Get your guesses. You can have like Greta come out, you can come out with like Yeti, come out with the Professor, who we barely see. Sometimes the Fawn or the Colossus guys. We'll see. I think it's gonna be a Professor. Oh, it was a Crystal Glacier guy. Yeah, that's Spyro 2.
Thank you so much, Randy. This was awesome. That was great, and some of it, that was, for a remaster, I'm surprised that a lot of that stuff was like still in there. That's actually...
Yeah, there's so much. It's just really cool that there's a way to do it just so fast. Pretty similar. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, what's your favorite part of this run? Since we got a little extra time here.
I think it's just like all of it. I just think it's just really cool. Like, genuinely, like it's just like there's not downtime really. So it's just there's a lot of really really cool tricks. There's a lot of really really cool movement, level storage movement with like when you're doing like the speedway. The speedways are really really cool. Just kind of, I think it's all really neat. I love Soul Dupe. Soul Dupe and Crystal Glacier is really neat. But yeah, there's a lot. Everybody should run Spyro. It's fun. We're a cool community.
All right, and yeah, I threw your Twitch channel in chat, guys. Give them a follow. This was awesome. Randy, thank you so much for coming here today and showing us Spyro.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me.
Super appreciate it. And is there any other final thoughts you want to toss out?
I guess if anyone's interested, currently right now this weekend Spyrothon is also going on, which is a speedrunning event dedicated to just Spyro, whether it's OG or SRT or like Game Boy Advance games, like there's all of it. And I'm gonna be doing a run tomorrow at about I think like 11 Eastern. I'm gonna be doing the whole trifecta any percent, which includes this run. So just come watch if you want to come.
Yeah, definitely. Good luck to you on that event. And again, thank you so very much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Not a problem. And we are going to start getting ourselves set up for our next run, which is with TPA Salt and Backyard Skateboarding 80% Game of the Year. So if this is an older one, and you want to check this out, this is going to be really cool. We're super jazzed for it. But we're going to get that set up, and we'll be back as soon as we can.